Let me give you a little bit of information on this case, kind of a crime prevention type information. With regard to what the victim did in this case, he absolutely did the right thing, I think, in my opinion. He gave the car up. No car, no matter how much it's worth, is worth a human life. In this instance, that suspect had a weapon that he threatened the victim with. That victim absolutely gave up his car and let that car go. Obviously, we got the car back in a little bit worse condition after an accident. But in my estimation, I think as long as that victim survived that incident, that's a win for us, especially in light of the fact that we do have this suspect in custody now. What I can say is just from a crime prevention perspective, while these tips won't necessarily prevent every crime, what we can do is lessen the chances. We want to make sure that everybody's available at any given time. Everybody's aware at any given time of what's going on around them. Be aware of your 360 and just be aware of who may be approaching your car. Keep your doors locked, your windows up. And I would say allow yourself some reactionary distance. So if, for example, you're at a red light, don't pull right up to the bumper of the car in front of you. You want to leave yourself a little bit of reactionary distance. So let's say, for example, somebody does start walking up to your car and you've left a 10 or 15 foot buffer between you and the car in front of you. You can pull around and try to get out that way and make your escape in the event that somebody may be coming up. Again, in this case, the victim did exactly what I would recommend anybody do. Give that car up and get yourself out of that situation. Fortunately, in this instance, that victim didn't have a child with them in the car that would have actually, presented a lot more of a problem had a suspect gotten in that car and gotten away with a child in the back seat. Unfortunately, we've seen instances like that happening. And so we would certainly urge the public to be aware. Additionally, although this is not our case, so I'm not going to comment on it too much. Well, we saw what happened in the quarry parking lot a few nights ago, certainly an extremely heartbreaking case. But again, it just goes to show that we definitely need to be aware of at all times of our surroundings, especially in situations like parking lots. With the holidays approaching, I will reiterate the holiday safety tips I give at all times when people are out shopping. Don't be a sitting duck in your car. Don't be an easy target in your car. Get to the store, get out of the car, obviously check your surroundings, get into the store as quickly as possible, get back out to your car as quickly as possible, and leave. Don't sit there and look through your purse or your wallet. Don't check your receipts there in the parking lot. Don't get too caught up on, well, did I get my older daughter the sweater that she wanted? Let me double check against my shopping list. Get out of there. Don't be a sitting duck in a parking lot. Conduct your business elsewhere. So don't spend too much time in that car, because you are an easy target, especially if your head is down and you're looking at a purse or into your shopping bag. So we want to make sure that you're out of that location as soon as possible. Any questions on that case? Okay, I will close with this. We are just exceedingly happy at the success that we've been seeing with regard to recruitment and our training academy. I just wanted to give everybody some perspective on it. Last week, we were blessed in that we graduated 2 cadet classes. We actually graduated a cadet class of 16 detention cadets. We also graduated a class of around 27 law enforcement cadets that are going straight to patrol. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, we're graduating a cadet class. I believe it's 27 additional detention officers that'll be hitting the floors this next weekend. And then it looks like around every 2 weeks for the rest of the year, we're going to be graduating cadet classes of around 25 to 30 cadets. And that actually takes us well into January. We've already got our classes planned out. So we're just extremely excited about the numbers that we're seeing coming through the training academy, especially in light of the fact that we have not relaxed our standards. I gotta say, I've taken some criticism over not wanting to relax my standards. But just to give you a little bit of perspective, last year we took in about 3,000 applications over the course of the year. And we successfully hired about 250 people. This year, in spite of the fact that our standards remained high, We've only taken in about 1,500 applications. So fewer applications are actually down by 50%. Obviously nothing too surprising because every law enforcement agency is seeing that same thing. However, we're on track to hire successfully 260 people over this year. So even though our applications are lower by 50%, our successful hires are up over last year, and we haven't reduced our standards at all. So that tells me that we're getting a higher quality, a higher caliber of applicant coming through. Obviously, we still got our work cut out for us with regard to retention. We are seeing the same issues with regard to retention that every other law enforcement agency. Well, every law enforcement agency and every company in the United States is seeing it right now. People are just quick to leave a job at this point. Now, with that being said, we do know that a good number of people that are leaving, not just the sheriff's office, but our profession, are leaving because it's just the natural progression of their career. They may be part of that hiring wave that happened in the early 90s. And now that hiring wave from the early 90s is turning into a retirement tsunami, 30, 35 years later. And folks are just, as a natural progression of their careers, moving on to greener pastures. And so that may be part of what's driving our higher number of folks leaving the profession. But nonetheless, we're going to continue to do what we've been doing with regard to recruitment. So we're happy to see all of these cadet classes coming through, and we will certainly be shouting it from the rooftops every time we get a cadet class graduate over the course of the next several months. Again, it makes us extremely happy. Any questions on any of these cases that we've talked about today? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you all tuning in to let us brag on our folks a little bit. Again, I'm just extremely happy at the work that not just our covert operations and our partners at the DEA and our other partner agencies are doing, but also our organized crime group within the sheriff's office, our CID folks that are investigating missing persons cases, aggravated robberies and homicides. But additionally, our street patrol deputies that continue to do a great job, as well as our deputies in jail. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Y'all, God bless each and every one of y'all.